So this is your Google Maps, lots of information. If you choose a destination, let's say we just use Dublin for the purposes of the exercise. Choose your destination. The car will calculate this route based on the current state of the battery, ambient temperature outside, terrain, and the traffic information. So it's rather precise.
Right.
So currently we are at 90% of the battery, and it would expect us to reach Dublin with 41% of the battery left.
Okay.
And it tells you the time over here. If you go on a trip, you can have an overview there as well. So what it doesn't show you right now over here is public charge points, which you have brilliant network of.
Right.
Like we charge over there at the end of the street.
Okay.
As you can see, the grey beacon is on here.
All right.
So the grey beacons will symbolize any new charge points that you visited, and the car will just remember them for you.
Okay.
Once we enter the market properly, obviously some superchargers will come up. They would always obviously be here. Then destination chargers, they would always be here as well. But at the moment, whichever one you visit, it will remember for you, and car will offset this as a benchmark. If you're doing a very long distance journey, and will tell you, oh, you're reaching your destination, you would need to charge when you get there, essentially.
Okay.
So it will give you all those nods as well.
I see on your map you have 4 chargers planned for Ireland in the next year or whatever, but the high output public chargers you can use.
Thing is, yours are a lot better than
Right.
in England, because we have on street 7 kilowatt.
Yes.
Over here, majority of yours are 22 kilowatt.
Okay.
So you, in normal car like this with a single charger, you benefit from additional 50% of the battery of the charge per hour.
Okay.
If you have a car with a dual chargers, you will get double.
Okay.
So essentially, this car would charge with 35 miles per hour. With a dual charger is just shy of 60 actually, because it's not fully double.
69 an hour. Okay.
At home, you would have your because ESB puts it in as well. No, it's only in Southern Ireland. Over here, you have the same
Type 2.
same as the England. So you will have a subsidised home charger.
Yeah.
It costs you in the region of £450 one-off cost.
Yeah.
And then you pay for electricity, but that's again it's at 7 kilowatt output. So it's an overnight charge from flat.
Okay.
That's if you deplete your battery fully.
We have a 13 amp socket on the wall.
You
I
can.
know that's very slow, but what would an overnight give you on a 13 amp?
So 10 hours, 60 miles. Yeah, so it's a 6 miles per hour essentially. And it's your last resort. But with those, I mean, if you just live there for 2 hours, it essentially offsets your trip.
Right.
So it's not really an I wouldn't say it's a big issue at the moment.
Okay.
Then moving on, so this is your consumption. Now bear in mind this is a demo car, so figures over here are skewed heavily.
Sure.
Apart from that, you have a web browser. It does not support Flash, but it's plenty usable for checking news, email, ad hoc, things like that. And full HD reverse camera. And here at the bottom, this is your strip that's always visible, so for your volume. Your seats in front are heated as standard. Your climate control, you can play over here a little bit, and controls are always through your command center, where you play everything and anything. And it's as simple as that as well. I'll be quite ready to close this. So driver modes depends if you like a comfort, standard or sport, how responsive the steering wheel is. In the city, actually, comfort is probably the best one to drive in, but you have a feel for it because we can switch it ad hoc. So in this car, we do have a Ludicrous upgrade, so the car will do 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds if you wanted to. And the creep mode.
Who doesn't want to do that?
And the creep mode, I'm guessing your car is automatic. Yeah. So do you drive with this on or off?
Well, it's on all the time in my car, so it's
okay. So over here you can turn it off and on, and actually, I've texted another thing. It will assign it to your profile. So if you like drive with a creep mode, I'm guessing you won't be driving it for some time.
No.
But if you were driving it and you don't like it, you can
Yes.
turn it off, and all you have to do is just tap your name
Yeah.
and remember it for you.
And does it get this from your phone, Bob? I understand.
Which
Whoever's driving.
no, you sit in the car and you just
You do just like
press
that.
it,
Okay.
and that is it. There's someone.
Sense. Yeah.
So that does your seats, your wing mirrors, and your settings over here, which are driver specific. So there are some things that are vehicle specific only, like walk away locks, keep the lights on, bits like that.
Yeah.
But obviously you just want for your car. So regenerative braking, which you are familiar with from i3.
Yeah.
In this car, it's slightly more aggressive.
Okay.
It's a stronger regen essentially. And then obviously your lights are automatic, so you don't really have to do anything over here. Trips, just like you look into your MPGs, you look into your kilowatts. Display goes from, it changes obviously the brightness depending on ambient light, just like your phone. And just like a normal sat nav, it goes from night mode to day mode depending on the time of the day.
Okay.
So it's not all that bright obviously at night actually. And in settings, things that may seem a bit overwhelming, but because you just essentially set it to your preference, it will just come up on your profile. So driver assistant, if I like to have my absolute speed limit set to 85, actually this car is now limited. So let's say I want it offset by traffic aware cruise control 2 miles over the speed limit.
Right.
So it naturally engage with a 2 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah.
All you have to do is engage, it will go to that speed. If someone likes it bang on or below, they can set that as well. So lane departures, auto lane change, all them things will be assigned to the driver.
Are these standard? These are the safety autopilot features they talk about that come standard? No, or is this part of
The autopilot is the auto steer with traffic aware cruise control, auto park, and Simon feature. This is one package.
Okay.
The hardware is in every vehicle.
Yes.
But if you do not wish to spec it with the car, you wouldn't have this option.
Okay.
Standard cruise control comes with every vehicle, but the auto steer and traffic aware cruise control comes as a package.
Okay.
But you can always turn it on because the hardware is in every vehicle. You can always turn it on later.
Grand.
And over here on the instrument cluster, as you can see, the Spotify is over here in the background. However, just press and hold this little wheel. You can change an app you would like to have an overview of. So I don't know if you want a clock, and even an empty space if you don't want the cluster. However, once you choose a destination, this sat nav will always occupy on the left hand side as a default. And over here we just keep the energy consumption. So when you're going to be accelerating, you have an overage bar going up. Take it off foot accelerator off, just feathering, the green bar going down, regen kicking in. And then from this button over there, you can control some of the aspects of the vehicle, like camera temperature, fan speed, display, brightness, sunroof. So you don't always have to reach out to the screen. You can just have a look over here. You can choose your media source or go to your phone as well. So you can see straight away, I mean right now the sign has changed because the speed of the sign got on the road. It's fine, you just wait for a speed sign.
Okay. So you read them?
Yeah, the camera actually, it's an active read, so it doesn't have it in the hardware somewhere. But you can also see over here the car just picks up the car in front of us and the heat map around us. So the car passing next to us and the curb if we get close to the curb. So it's all scanned all the time for you. So those ultrasonic sensors keep scanning. And you can see the sign was there with 30 miles. So now also suggest me to launch my cruise control to 32 because that's how I have it set. So really all I will need to right now do is pull the stop to me once, add lights up blue, and accelerate to 32. Unless there will be traffic in front of me, the car will sustain that speed and keep the gap that I have preset for the longer gap of 7 spaces. However, if you go with this speed, the car will not create this gap. It will just keep the relative distance.
Yeah.
Because again, you don't want to have a huge gap between you and the traffic in the city.
Sure.
On the motorway is brilliant because in the setting of the 7, which actually you can adjust just like that.
Okay.
It will allow the car to decrease the speed more gradually as well.
The full autopilot then, that's really for motorway driving.
It is essentially for motorway only,
Yes.
or for A road with high markings on the road
Yes.
and divider.